G'day again, John down under. G'day again, John at Down Under Tunage here in Melbourne, Australia. I'm having a go at the thread idea that was. I first saw it at Mike's MGK Boston's channel, and I think he got his from Doug. Doug Anderson, who is as Mike had said, he's one of the most chill guys going around in the VC, and yeah, I agree with you, Mike. He is like that, and I'm subscribed to both of you, of course. And what he wants is to do an artist A to Z, why not? And I'm going to make it a bit easy for myself. I'm going to use 7-inch singles because they're a lot easier to put away after I'm finished. And I do happen to have an A to Z in them, which was lucky. And they'll all be Aussie and New Zealanders, of course. So let's lead off with A and the Angels. And the classic track they've got, Face the Day. Where are we? 1980? Yep. And poor old Doc, he wasn't happy when he in the clip. It's fantastic in his pajamas and whatever. Yeah, epic label. So A, Angels, and Face the Day. And B, Head Over the Ditch, or the Dutch, and the Bats. And what a classic track this is, Smoking Her Wings. Where are we? 1990. Flying, their classic label, Flying Nun. Brilliant track. So that's the Bats and Smoking Her Wings. And staying over there, the Chills. And this was a very, quite a pop, as it says there, heavenly pop hit. That's as it says on the label there. And they're on the Slash label. 90, 91. Just checking my cheat sheet, 1990. So yeah, heavenly pop hit, really good tune. Who's it sound like? REM-ish, I think. But yeah, classic track. And back to Australia, D and DC by Died Pretty. What a song. That's on the Blue Mosque label. Ron Espino, the lead singer. Yeah, they had a whole theme of cars, I think, in these series of singles. On the video, you've got Amanda Brown from the Go-Betweens on violin and a beautiful lady on cello. Have to check her name. Sarah Pete. Yeah, absolutely brilliant video. So if you don't know it, look it up. But D is Died Pretty. For E, I've got to go to a non-picture sleeve single and the Easy Beats. And this is their classic track, Friday on My Mind. 1966, I think. And Stevie Wright and the boys, and the Vander and Young were in there. And brilliant track. Most Aussies will be pretty familiar with this one. So E, Easy Beats, and Friday on My Mind. F, the very late 80s beautiful sound, jangle pop sound that was the Falling Joys, led by Susie Higgy. Gorgeous voice she's got. And this is the song Locket. And that one just happens to be on a nice purple label there. They're on Violition. I thought they might have been on Phantom, but no, it's Violition label. So F is Falling Joys. For G, Girl Overboard. And this is the song The Love We Make. And that's Lisa Shuao, if I can pronounce it properly. And yeah, she's a singer that was originally from, I think, South Africa, went to New Zealand, then came to Australia. And that's on RCA. So, yep, G, Girl Overboard. H, go back to New Zealand, and the delightfully quirky and unusual Aldous Harding. And this was a 7-inch single that came out during the pandemic, from memory, I think 2021. And the song is a jaunty, bouncy song called Old Peel. Fairly plain looking label. I think she's on 4AD. Looks like 4AD to me, but yeah, great sound, great tune. She's a very unusual lady, Aldous, and I really love her. Now we're up to I, and yeah, another non-picture sleeve, and this is a band called The ID. And that was led by Jefferson John, and they had a big hit in the mid-60s, Big Time Operator. And yeah, Jefferson John was a guy who suffered from spina bifida, so he had to perform in a wheelchair, but he still knew how to belt out tunes, and this is probably their main and probably I think it's the first one too. So I is the ID. And then for J, the Johnnies. Not me. There's going to be a showdown. What a song. Classic song. One of the Spencer P. Jones outfits. Pretty standard Mushroom label. And yeah, that sort of cowpunky Western influence sound that they had. Western movie type thing. But yeah, fantastic. Yeah, some really good stuff on the Johnnies catalogue, including, yeah, this is probably the biggest one. There's going to be a showdown. For K, back overseas to New Zealand, and this artist, Chris Knox, and this is probably I don't even know if it charted, but it was on indie radio, I remember it, and this is a song called Not Given Lightly. Flying Nun, what are we on this? I think 1990. Yeah, he was in Toy Love and the Tall Dwarfs, and both of his stuff is really hard to find because he's a really good artist. There's a lot of really good artwork, and most of the time you see the records, the posters or the magazines or whatever they got with it had disappeared, so they're really tough to find. So, but the 7-inch singles are a good one to have. For L, another one of those indie bands we had in the very early 80s, and this is the Little Murders, and this is a song called She Lets Me Know. These are fairly tough ones to get, the originals. That's on the Go label, and Rob Griffiths, isn't it? He's the main guy in it, and a lot of their stuff's being re-released. I know there's a compilation CD that came out just a few years ago, but yeah, Little Murders is for L. And for M, classic Aussie, love this, Mental as Anything, and the delightfully named song, If You Leave Me, Can I Come Too? And yeah, we love this song at home, and they're on the regular label. Yeah, Greedy Smith, Reg Mombassa, Martin Plaza. Yeah, great fun, great Aussie band. So if you don't know the Mentals, look them up, they're really good. I think this is a pretty early one, I think. Where are we, 81 I think? Mental as Yep, 1981. So M is Mental as Anything. For N, a bit of post-punk, new wave, and the Numbers. And this is probably their most known song, even though I don't think it charted. It is a song called The Modern Song, and they're on the deluxe label. Yeah, Chris and Annalise Morrow ended up putting a band out later on, but this is when they were I think it was called the Maybe Dolls. The Maybe Dolls, I think it was. Didn't write that down. But when they were the Numbers, this is about 1980. And then, oh yeah, this is the hardest one to find. I've only got one O single, and that's the Odalites. Or Theodolites is a brilliantly named one, but it's the Odalites, so that counts as O. And this is a track, Kathleen's Tantrum, on the Rampant label. Oh, where are they? I think they're the Brizzy. Are they Brizzy? No, they were a Tassie. They sort of came over from Tasmania. So that's O and the Odalites. For P, one of those reissues from Raven is the Pink Finks. And that was Ross Wilson and Ross Hannaford's one of their early incantations. And they ended up forming Daddy Cool after this. And this is, the main track is that cover of Louie Louie. And they've also got a funny, hilariously titled song, Rub My Root. That's also on here. Yeah, there's like an EP. Yeah, Raven do a lot of the sort of 60s reissues. I think it's one of Glenn A. Baker's labels from memory. But yeah, it's like a 6-track EP. So P is the Pink Finks. For Q, well, we've really just got one, I think, and that's QED. And this is a band that Jenny Morris was in before she did quite a bit of success on her own, and that's probably the best known song, Everywhere I Go. And that's an EMI, that one. Where are we? We are 1983 for that one. And then a bit of power pop from the band Rat Cat for R. And one of their best known songs, Don't Go Now. And they're on Ruart. this is about 1990. Yeah, they're sort of very early 90s into the midish 90s. I had a few songs, but this is probably one of their best known. So R is Rat Cat. Back over to New Zealand, and an utterly gorgeous song, Down in Splendour, by the band Straight Jacket Fits. Yeah, what a killer tune that is. Absolutely gorgeous. This is a double 7-inch EP, I think, but yeah, they're another one of the ones on Flying Nun. So S is Straight Jacket Fits. For T, I'll go for the Triffids, because I just adore this song. It's Goodbye Little Boy. Jill Burt, she was singing this. Yeah, most of them, I think Dave McComb does a lot of the singing. But yeah, they were a Perth band, the Triffids. And yeah, Goodbye Little Boy. And that's on the White Hot label. 1989, I think, from that one. Yep, 1989 for the Triffids. I've gone the Ups and Downs. And the song called The Perfect Crime. Yeah, just Oz Indie, yeah, their own label, and we're about mid-80s for this one, I think 1985. So yeah, they had a few singles out, and I think they've got an album as well. But yeah, that's one of their 7-inches, Ups and Downs. And more Oz Indie, the Vanilla Chainsaws. This is TS, Was It Really Me? Yeah, they're on Phantom. That's a well-known indie label here. Yeah, 1987 that one is. So yeah, they've got a few, a few 7s, and this is one of the ones I've got. For W, another non-picture sleeve. Yeah, I remember scrounging this one out of somebody's box, and it's a pretty good one. It's a bit scratched up, but yeah, it'll still play. And that's the Wild Cherries and the song That's Life, which I think was their second. I know they had Chrome Plated Yabby, but I've never found that one yet. But that was another band that Lobby Lloyd, well-known artist. He's fantastic guitarist. And if you don't know Ben Rankin's channel, look up Ben Rankins's. He did a special on Lobby from memory. And yeah, this is one of the very early bands that Lobby was in, the Wild Cherries. And the song That's Life. And for X, we've only got one really, I think, and that's we had another one, but I'm not going to use that now. XL Caprice and World War III. New Wave Sound, that was their own label, Axel. Yeah, I just talked about them the other day because that was the 9th last album in my Aussie collection. It was the Where Is Hank one, and as I said, John Peel had used the My City of Sydney from this band in his treasure box. So the XL Caprice and World War III. And for Y, I must have bought this for the cover. The Young Doctors, EURS, and it's a song called Around. What are we on this one? 85, I think. Yeah, it says 85 on my cheat sheet. And what a cover that is. That is brilliant. Really weird looking art. The Resistance label. Yeah, just Aussie indie sound. I think they had a couple of 7-inch singles. I've got a 12-inch of theirs as well. But this is one that, I just managed to find one day, and I thought, yeah, that looks good. So grabbed it. So the Young Doctors is for Y. And finishing off with Z, and I did find one, and that is Zan. And the track Good Love. Zan Abrianth, if I say it right. Yeah, she was the other female in the band I'm talking. Kate Sobrano was the main lady, but yeah, Zan was the other one. And very 80s poppy on Mushroom. Yeah, if you like your 80s pop, you'll like it. If you don't, you'll just call it pap, because it's very, very dated. So that's Good Love from Zan. So there we go. There's the A to Z, and I Aussified, or Aussie and New Zealanded it, and just went to 7-inch singles because of the they're going to be a lot easier to put away than putting away 26 albums, I can tell you that. So for everybody who watch, thanks very much, and catch you later.